human.
Feel the energy of the state of hockey. Minnesota Wild Hockey is back at Grand Casino Arena. Don't miss the speed, the hits, and the roar of the crowd. Get your tickets now at wild.com/tickets.
KOC still a fairly green head coach who's also learning along with the pup quarterback. He's used veteran QBs, and he'll figure out the best way to use JJ. I'm 100% behind him. I'm behind him, too, and I want to keep going with JJ, but he's not. If we had put the sort of game plan together, now again, it was Washington, but had we played that game plan and instituted that earlier, would we have a couple more wins? I don't know. We'll never know. That's the thing. Time now for 534 here on the Common Man program.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1. And now it's time to go in the trenches.
Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow made some curious comments during a press conference that many have thought are alarming. Burrow told reporters, quote, "If I want to keep doing this, then what am I trying to do with myself? And I have to have fun doing it, you know? If it's not fun, that's what am I doing it for?" So that's the mindset. Common, how do you interpret Burrow's comments? And if Burrow wants to leave Cincy, should the Vikings give up a haul for him?
I don't know what he means by having fun. You know, that means he does. That's too cryptic for me. What does that mean? Remember JJ said earlier? Wasn't it JJ who said something? I want to get back to that. I still like playing football, but I want to love football.
Like that savage mode or whatever?
Yeah. Whatever he was saying. And so I don't know what Burrow means by that. I mean, it's obvious. How many years ago was it that they went to the big game? They lost to the Rams. Is that 2022? 2021? And it looked like the sky was the limit for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. And, boy, last year was awful for the Bengals, right? Early on.
It was February 2022.
2022. And it looked like the Bengals were going to be like that Kansas City, Buffalo kind of a thing, where just year after year after year, because Burrow's a great talent. So, but I don't know if he means like they've not made it fun in Cincinnati. He's trying to send a message he doesn't like the coaching. He doesn't like the system. I don't know what he means. Yeah, I mean, he's. I don't know where you put him to be in the quarterback rankings. He's top 5.
As I said, when healthy, right? He can't stay healthy. If
he stays healthy, he's top 5. So yeah, I just don't think the Vikings have. I think they're digging their heels in on the McCarthy thing. I don't think they're going anywhere. But yeah, if you told me,
what if Burrow wanted to force his way out? Right? Like what if these comments are? He's constantly getting hurt because his offensive line is awful there.
That ain't going to help here.
The defense is terrible there.
Yeah.
Like he's putting in all this work rehabbing and then getting beat up when he doesn't have a team working around him. And what if he just says, "Hey, I want to get out of there"? Could we pull off like a Goff/Stafford trade for him? Would you want to do that? Would you want to give up multiple first-round picks?
I would rather have him than try to work through McCarthy. Absolutely.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So
that's what I'm saying. Like if you got a chance to get him. I'm willing to give a haul.
What is he making for?
I'm sure he's making a killing. Yeah, he's got to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in football.
I guess.
But he's worth it when healthy. And when healthy, every year you've got a chance to make a playoff run. I can just go to the next question.
Yeah, because I really have nothing to add.
Question number 2. And now it's time to go in the paint.
You mentioned it earlier, but the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Phoenix Suns 138-89 last night in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. Thunder are now off to a 24-1 start, which has only been done before by the 2015-2016 Golden State Warriors. OKC has outscored opponents by an average of 17.4 points this season, putting them on pace to obliterate the record they set last season of a plus 12.9 average point differential. 17 of the Thunder's wins have come by double-digit margins. Common, are the 2025-2026 OKC Thunder the greatest basketball team of all time?
Well, we have a ways to go yet. I mean, they are the defending champs, and they look like they're better this year than they were last year. So, yeah, if you want me to do an Nostradamus, I will say they are going to be. And I guess you could make the argument they are already, but we need a little longevity. You go back to, some of those over the decades, the Bulls teams and Lakers and Celtics and such like that. In Golden State, of recent vintage, how many chips have they won? Have they won 4 in a 10-year period or 8-year period, whatever it is? So there's a lot of teams to compare it to, but yeah, I mean, they're certainly in the conversation. They've put themselves in a position that if they continue to play like this, yeah, how could you say no? But again, health, happiness, talk about Burrow, our guy's happy with their roles on the team. I would think they seem to be all in here. And, they're on their way. But
it's even more impressive in the era of load management and teams not giving it their all.
Yeah.
That they've gone on that kind of a run.
Yeah, but I think I do need to see it probably, to call them all time. Let's see how this year plays out, maybe a year or two after that. But yeah, they're, I wish we had a team like that in town. That poised, polished, professional, it doesn't seem like Oklahoma City's the kind of team that just doesn't want to play these games and get directly to the playoffs. They don't seem like they're bored out there. They seem like they want to play defense. They're connected. That's a team that I think they all sense they have something special here. And I don't know if these guys think deep enough or long term, or they go, we can make a legacy. We can go down as the greatest team of all time. I just think they go, we're just wild and young and free. We're playing basketball and it's cool. And we want to win and we like playing hard. And why not? We work 6 months out of the year. And they're to be admired. That's for sure.
Question number 3. It's time now for multiple choice.
Common, what non-major 4 sports headline at StarTribune.com would you most likely click on? A, Chaska's Team Casper tops China to book ticket to Winter Olympics. B, quote, one hell of a blessing, end quote, winter recreation businesses cash in on early season snow.
I actually read that one.
C, Bethel takes on North Central in Division III football quarterfinals. D, Joan Sandvig Peterson, pioneer in Minnesota speed skating, had it, quote, in her blood. Or E, freshman's growth helps Gophers volleyball return to Sweet 16.
I read the one about the outdoors.
Oh, did you?
I'm an outdoors guy. You know me. Guy likes a little snowshoeing.
6 gauge or 4 gauge? I don't know the actual.
It's 12 gauge, 20 gauge, Zebco 202404. It's an industry like the snowmobile industry. It's all predicated on how much snow you get. I think I read in that story that they have, the average sled's about $15,000. And I think they said they've sold more this year already than they sold in like the last 2 years. Come on, one of the snowmobile outfits in town. I think that's what the story said. Something like that. I might not have the exact number. But yeah, it's because early snow. They're going to start grooming trails. Yeah, for their ski resorts are now already, usually at this time, they're just using artificial snow. They make it, right? Now they've got snow on the slopes. Cross-country skiing is already in a really good spot, apparently. So, yeah, that was the story that I did click on. All the other ones, they're all right. Haven't gotten to them yet. I may check that out when I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning on the couch and then spend an hour reading.
Yes, tummy issues?
No, it's just the way I know that's the inside joke, but that's just my new routine now, and it's been like that for about a year, where I will fall asleep on the couch 9, 10 o'clock, doze in and out, then I wake up at 1, and then I'll spend like an hour to 90 minutes. I'm a reader. And so I'll spend an hour and a half reading, then I go back to bed. But so maybe I'll get to those stories later.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Someone said maybe you should just move to OKC. Jeez. Well, no, what the Wolves should do and what the fans here should do, like Dan and Brainerd who texted this, is start demanding more from the local team. Do you not read the quotes where they say, we're just kind of bored? We don't really want to play these games. They don't say that in OKC. I'm trying to get a message across that you can expect more from your hometown teams. You really can, especially when you've been to back-to-back Western Conference Finals. It could just be they're not as good. It could be their window's closed. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Also, we can't just pick up and move to OKC because Jed and Jethro have that radio station locked down. You are not replacing those two.
You are correct. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Tap dance for a segment. Then Rosen and Deuce join us for Spread Swing right here on The Fan.
Memories this winter at the 2026 IIHF World Juniors in Minnesota. See the best young hockey players in the world compete for gold. Bring the family and experience the excitement. Get your tickets today at mnsportsandevents.org.
Couple 13-14 pastime comedies tend to be. Deuce and the legendary Mark Rosen join us at 1:30 for Spread Swing. Then Rosen hangs out for the rest of the program. A couple of 13-14 text messages have come into the. I always get a rise out of people. The show, if it's anything, it's controversial. This one says, this is our Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line. It says, I think the teams in town are trying to emulate you, Common. They see the success of your unprofessional, uninformed take on sports radio, so they're trying to play like you. Turns out not everyone can do what you do, and that's true. And it's a mirage. It's a facade I put on. I actually work really hard at what I do. I always have and always will. This one says, actually, you should move to Oklahoma. Isn't that funny? This one says, I'm the opposite, Common. I wake up at 1 in my bed and then I move to sleep on the couch. Everybody's got a different way of approaching how they handle their evenings. This one says, wait, so I can just demand more and the local team will play better? I didn't realize it was so simple. It's not, but somebody has to do it. You don't have to. You just go about your regular job, whatever it is. Go about your day, tune in and out to the Fan. I have to live with this. This is what I do for a living. What do you think is more fun to talk about, Tenneby? If you had your choice, would you rather talk about Oklahoma City Thunder or the Minnesota Timberwolves? Well, Oklahoma City Thunder, there's so much. They're actually poised, polished, professional, defending world champs, play the game. They're fun to watch. It's what I do for a living. I'd rather talk about a team that's... How much fun was I talking about the Vikings last year as compared to this year? You know? You don't have to do it. Here's another. I don't think I will ever admire a player that foul baits like SGA. Trust me, if he got traded to the Wolves, you'd love him. People are such frauds. And he's not the only one that does it.
It is pretty annoying. I do hate foul baiting.
Yeah, well, I like 24-1. I like, he did it again last night. It's now 96 games, I believe, in a row where he scored 20 or more points.
But I will say, people tend to blame SGA for the foul baiting. They should be blaming the officials. They should be blaming the league. They allow it to happen. Right? When SGA literally jumps sideways before he takes a jump shot just so he can draw contact, we can't call that. And call it the other way.
Maybe that's
If
the
you
only
call
way.
it the right way, he'll stop doing it.
Maybe that was the only way he felt he could get a shot off. He had to throw his leg out. Well, McCarthy does a leg whip when he throws.
Well, it's because his feet and eyes aren't aligned
Well,
yet.
that's true, too.
He doesn't have that down yet.
I don't know how often. I don't watch Oklahoma City basketball. How often does SGA foul bait?
Multiple times a game. I mean, we saw it last year in the playoff series.
All right. What would Ben Lieber and Pete Bursic say?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I used to disagree with that. I used to think you shouldn't cheat. But it's like if you can convince the officials that you were fouled, and he's not the only guy that does it. He's just the best at it. He's really good.
He is the best at it.
Yeah, he's really good at it. He's a national treasure is what he is. So,
You were the same guy years ago that would get mad at players who knew the ball went off of them before it went out of
Right,
bounds, yet
I've
they would
changed.
point the other way and act like it was the other way.
I've changed.
Okay. For the wrong way, it looks like.
No. I've come around to everybody else, because I was ripped for that. So I must have been doing it the wrong way. When I brought that up, it was that commercial on TV where, and I don't know what the commercial was even about. Was it about fair play? You know, it was more like a public service announcement, I think, than an actual commercial. And the guy said, "No, it went off me." And they awarded the ball to the other team. And I said, "God, that's cool." And I think you and everybody else told me, "No, you can't do that. You gotta, you're trying to win the ball game. You do whatever it takes to win." Okay, well, then that's where I am now. Fake foul, I don't care. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So, here's one that says, "I personally think they should just start fouling him super hard to make him pay for it." Yeah, I guess you could, but you oftentimes get ejected. Gobert was ejected. He gave a forearm shiver. So did the Grayson Allen kid. Is that the kid that used to play for Duke that used to kick people all the time?
Yeah.
He got called last night in that game. Does he play for Phoenix? Do I have the right game? No. What the hell game? What game did he play in? I say
Grayson Allen plays for Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. And the story says, Suns Grayson Allen ejected after shoving Thunder's Holmgren to the floor in the NBA Cup. Says the Thunder led 94-58 with 5:18 left in the third when Allen and Holmgren collided while Holmgren appeared to be setting a screen. Allen extended both arms, knocking Holmgren off balance. After the foul, the teams came together in a skirmish to where the contact occurred. The play was reviewed, and Allen was called for a flagrant 2, drawing a roar from the crowd. Of course, Allen didn't think he deserved to be ejected. He said he'd been knocked to the floor by Holmgren on a box out shortly before the altercation. Well, okay, but he says, felt like I gave a good foul within the physicality of the game, and that was going on both ends, especially with the bumps on screen, some of the hits on blockouts that were happening. After the team separated and the Thunder walked back to their bench, Oklahoma City's Jalen Williams hyped the crowd up. Williams said Allen's antics were, quote, a thing he's done his whole career. Here's what Williams said. Just added more juice to the game. The fans were into it a little bit more, so naturally you're playing a little bit harder. So it was kind of a good thing, to be honest. We started playing the way we usually play, a little more amped up. In other words, they were doing the Minnesota Timberwolves, kind of going through the motions, but they were ahead at that point. They were crushing the Suns, so they took when the foul occurred, what they say the score was 94-58. So of course they weren't going at it at that point. They're getting ready to unload the bench, right? Well, then Grayson Allen does his thing, and then they even turned it up and ended up winning by 50 points. And here was what I teased earlier. You know how Ant had the quote where he said, it just seems like as a team, we want to We don't want to play these games. We just want to move right on to the playoffs, right? Chris Finch said, team looks like we're bored, right? Dylan Brooks is a guard for the Phoenix Suns. He has taken exception to Oklahoma City's physical play in the past, and he didn't match. It says, Phoenix guard Dylan Brooks, who has taken exception to Oklahoma City's physical play in the past, said he didn't match the Thunder's energy. Here's what he said. I played kind of soft today. I should have been mixing it up more instead of Grayson. They called 2 quick ones, and I was weak. And then, shoot, I got to be better for my teammates, so maybe you get a better chance of winning. He says I was soft. Why are you soft? I can't figure the league out. It's not just Ant that lives rent-free in my head. It's everybody except the Phoenix Suns. They live rent-free in my head. I can't figure out the league. It just doesn't seem like it's... Is the concept of playing hard for 48 minutes, 3 or 4 days a week, really that difficult? I don't understand why it's that hard. Apparently it is. The legendary one. He'll join us next along with Deuce. It's time for Spread Swing here on The Fan.
Hey, Rubes, it's the holiday season, and Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest, and learn more and enter today. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
13-14 pass on the common man, Dan Cole. He is tend to be excited and delighted to be joined by the legendary one, Mark Rosen, formerly of Channel 4 Sports. Sports is your whole life, just sports. And looky here, it's also my firstborn. It's Deuce, who's joining us from his plush office complex somewhere in the Arden Hills area. How are you, me boy?
Hanging in there, getting by, crushing the spreadsheets as per usual. It's been a good day.
Yeah,
and,
good.
Ready to get into it here.
Too bad you can't crush your spread swing spreadsheet as well.
I thought he was going to say that at first, crushing a spread swing. I was about to laugh at him.
No, it's a spreadsheet at work. Nice call.
I've been crushing my potential for a first place finish is what I've been doing.
Yeah. By the way, a nice call on the Shakopee. Who were they playing again? Lakeville North?
It was Shakopee and Eden Prairie a couple nights ago. The drive from Arden Hills. I know you've been talking a lot about your commute from the Radio Ranch over to Woodbury. It took me 2 hours to get from Arden Hills to Shakopee when I left.
You've got to be kidding
the office
me.
On Tuesday. It was ridiculous. The I-35 35W was like a parking lot. It was a nightmarish drive, but I got there and Eden Prairie was outshot 32-12, but they picked up a 2-0 victory. Eden Prairie's goal, I think the guy's name's Wilmer or something, Bennett Wilmer. He stood on his head. It was a great game.
Well, my favorite part of the game, because I listened to each and every one of your calls, and as Shakopee is peppering Eden Prairie, you decided to go into, instead of just doing the play-by-play, you started doing the analysis, and you go, be just a matter of time here before it's all over in Shakopee's favor. You basically said Eden Prairie should just warm up the bus and go back home. Then Eden Prairie ended up winning the game 2-0. What do you think of Eden Prairie now? Now what do you think?
If they did a little post-game interview, they'd probably say, and Deuce Cole, I just want to say you doubted us, but now we're here.
Yeah,
we've arrived.
That's exactly what happened.
Nice work from the Eagles.
And you got 2 more games coming up right this week, Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday. It's Lakeville North and Egan. I'm doing the boys and the girls game, so should be a good call. I'm excited. Yeah. It's a lot of fun getting reps on just something to do on the microphone. So it's a lot of fun.
You have an agent yet to sign? Your agent looking after your next job. That'd be your next step.
I would take Mark Rosen as a mentor, is what I would do if I was him.
Listen, we can be the right connections.
What do you think,
man.
Rosie? Well, I already got Gorg on the hockey front.
There you go. He's the guy.
He's advised me on the dangers of a 2-0 lead. So anytime a team grabs that in the game, I'm very leery because I have the inside information.
All right.
Why don't we get started?
We'll do it.
Spread Swing.
Shall we go over some results from last week?
Why not?
Going into the week, Common, you were in first place with 38.5 points. Deuce, one of the rare times he was in second place at 24.5. I was in third with 20.5. And Mark Rosen was in last place.
Oh, no.
With 7 points.
That's not
Now, if you recall
better.
last week, Rosie, you and Common did both games against each other.
Yeah, I had to have some fun.
You had Dallas +3 against the Lions. The Kitties won by 14.
How did that happen?
So you lost 11 points. Common gained 11 points. And then you had the Bears +7 against Green Bay. Common had the Packers -7.
They won by
7. So you guys both went 0 on that one. But you lost 11 points. Common gained 11 points. So Rosen's still in last place at -4.
Hey, kid.
Common, you slide up to 49.5 points. Deuce, you had Philadelphia -3 against the Superchargers, and they lose on the road by 3, so you lost 6 points there. You also had Denver -7 against Vegas. They won by 7. You got nothing there then, so you get 0. So on the week, you lost 6. You move back to 18.5 points. And then you have me.
Oh, boy. Listen to this one.
Yeah.
One of the best weeks in NFL spread swing history.
It wasn't last week you were really bad, or am I wrong?
The week before that, I lost 40.5 points.
And then this week.
But I gained it all back.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, so I had the Rams -8 against the Cardinals, and I doubled down. They won by 28.
Oh, my God.
So that 20 points turned into 40 points. So I gained 40 there. And then I also had Jacksonville +2 against the Colts. They won by 17, so I gained 19 points.
Oh, my God.
So on the week, I gained 59. All of a sudden, I'm back in first place. I'm back on my feet again.
Yeah.
I'm at 79.5 points.
My
Common's
gosh.
in second with 49.5.
Wow.
Deuce in third with 18.5. And Rosen's in last with -4.
I'm not used to being in last. This is
Well, get used to
Well,
unacceptable.
you get the first pick. So,
Well,
are you ready to play?
I am.
Spread swing.
Well,
You're taking the Vikings at Dallas.
No.
Oh.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and I have to go for a home run.
Uh-oh.
I have to go for the jackpot.
There's a lot of double-digit games here.
Yeah, there are, and that's what I'm going to go with. And I have to hope that, in this case, Eagles, they have to bounce back. They're at home against the lost Raiders. Kenny Pickett's starting a quarterback for him, which is probably not a bad thing anyway for them.
Former Eagle. Spike game.
Correct. But Eagles are, the fans are getting restless. They have to hold off the Dallas Cowboys and, be watching that game with keen interest before they play the Vikings Sunday night. But the Eagles are 8-5. They haven't really been outscoring their opponents by much. They got an 18-point differential in total scoring this year. But if they can't shut out or hold the Raiders to 3 points, then it doesn't matter to them anyway. The Raiders are going nowhere other than a draft pick. Pete Carroll's going to get fired. So I'd be happily -11, and I'm going to double down.
-13.
Oh, wait a minute. Where'd you get your points spread?
Did I put a sheet in front of you?
No, I don't have a sheet in front of me.
I did not put a sheet in front of you?
No, I was looking at an earlier one. I was looking at online at ESPN.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't give you one. No, I've got a -13.
Well, that changes everything. No, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter at this point because I'm in last place.
You're taking Philly -13.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at it right now. 11 and a half.
It goes when we print them.
Okay, so I'll
which
just
is this morning.
Okay, well I'll take the Eagles.
All right, Eagles -13 for Rosen.
Man, oh man, you just
Spread swing.
Now, this might get a little controversial, but I thought I heard Rosie utter the words "double down" from his mouth. So
did you double down?
I did.
We're going to be in
Okay.
Yes.
All right, this is your last double down of the year.
Oh yeah, I know that. I think they're going to.
I'm not sure if we're going to be enforcing that, but it could get a little bit controversial if we order a replay. Are we doing a double down for
He's
Rosie?
doing double down. Yep, we've just confirmed.
Yep.
And he'll be done with double
So
downs
Rosie's
for the rest of the
double
year.
down. The confirmation is in, and I think I'm going to follow in Rosie's footsteps for my first game. I'm going to use a double down, and I'm not waiting until Sunday. Tonight, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the Atlanta Falcons, and the Buccaneers were embarrassed last week with a loss to to a very horrific New Orleans team. I think they had Tyler Slow playing quarterback or someone like that. Just one of those no-name fellas. And the Saints managed to beat them, and I kind of forgot about the Buccaneers. I really stopped paying attention to them after their relatively poor performance over the last few weeks, but they're still in first place in the NFC South, I think. Of course, Carolina's heating up, and they're right on the Bucs' tail, and I think the Buccaneers still have to play Carolina 2 times. So tonight's a must-win for Tampa Bay because I got to think that Carolina will win at least one of those games and continue to fight for that top spot in the NFC South. I don't think Tampa Bay is leaving anything to chance tonight. Atlanta's been a very up-and-down team this year. They've been one of the more confusing teams in the league, but I think the Bucs are going to figure them out tonight and demolish them. This is a must-win for the Bucs. They're playing for a lot more than Atlanta. Give me Tampa Bay, and I'll double down -4.5.
Wow.
Hold on.
Kirk O'Chains.
What happened to my double down? Oh, here we go. By the way, you sniped me, Deuce. You sniped. This is the only game I like this week. I don't like any other game other than this one.
Tough.
So Tampa Bay's getting healthy tonight too. They're getting Mike Evans back. They might be getting their best offensive lineman back, Tristan Wirfs. They got Bucky Irving back last week, and Atlanta's quarterback is still out, and their top wide receivers out. So
yeah, Atlanta's a
I would have liked to have gone with
Tampa Bay
as well.
Spread swing.
It's you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well,
You're not going to do it?
Do I have to?
You have to. Oh, my God. Of course
No, you don't have to.
Oh, look at you over there.
Well,
Of course you want me to. You know I'm going to end up losing about 40 points in the game and plummet into last place. You're sitting there at -4. The Rams. Yeah, they're playing the Rams at Los Angeles. Yeah. I mean, I'll take them because that's the bid, but how can you not take them? Not only will Detroit not only will they not score, not only will they not cross the 50-yard line, I don't think they'll pick up a first down. They are beaten and battered. The Rams are the best team in pro football.
I agree with that.
The Lions have plenty of injuries.
They got Jahmyr Gibbs. They still have Amasi. They got plenty of firepower. A quarterback.
I don't know if you know this, but you have to play offense and defense. And they lost Brian Branch. They lost Brian Branch. He's out. This club's in some trouble. I get 6 points, so obviously I'll take it. I'll be the good soldier, and I'll go ahead and take the Kitties, even though I think this could be an ugly game for Detroit. Sunday night too. I'll be waiting all day for Sunday night.
Spread swing.
It's actually Sunday afternoon.
The Vikings are on Sunday night. After that Tampa Bay game, I really don't like any other games in this entire. There's a lot of double-digit games, which makes it challenging in NFL spread swing. I've been doubting the New England Patriots all year, and I might have to finally jump on the bandwagon just because.
You're playing with house money.
They beat Snipe me.
They beat Buffalo earlier in the year. They have the best record in football, and yet somehow they are 1-point underdogs at home against a Buffalo team that's quality, but they haven't looked like the same Buffalo team that we've been used to in the past. And Patriots are coming off a bye. So they're well rested. They're going to be healed. So I guess I will finally jump on the Vrabel and Drake May bandwagon. I'll take the Patriots as 1-point underdogs, +1 at home.
Spread swing.
Back to me?
Yeah, you're first.
There's another 3:25 game on Sunday afternoon.
Packers-Broncos?
Right on. And
You're going to take the Broncos.
Denver's 6-0 at home. Mile High Stadium. Tough place to play.
I told him yesterday that he hates the Packers more than any Viking fan I know because anything Packer related, he always downplays.
I really don't.
Well, no, when I said it looks like Packer fans are happy with Jordan Love, and you mumbled under your breath on air for now, like he was going to all of a sudden start
till
playing.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm playing to my audience.
Yeah, I know you are.
No, I actually do believe the Broncos.
Of course you do.
Because the Broncos are going to win that division. Kansas City isn't, which I'm real happy about, Tenna. Yeah, they're playing at home. Listen, they're only, 2.5 point? What are they? I don't have the sheet in front of me.
They're 2.5 point underdogs. Yeah, plus 2.5.
The Broncos? Oh, Green Bay is favored. Okay,
well,
definitely take Denver at home. They're 6-0 at home. I don't expect it to be obviously very one-sided. They're both really good defensive teams, and I'll just go with the home court advantage, as they say. So I'll take the mile-high Broncos over the Packers, plus 2.5.
Spread swing.
Well, like Kennedy was saying, I don't really like many of the games either. But I am going to take a look at the widest point spread of the week, which is normally something that you wouldn't be well advised to do. But the Seattle Seahawks are favored by 14 points against the Indianapolis Colts. And this is going to be the most fun game to watch this week, just in terms of pure storyline, because the aging Phillip Rivers has come out of retirement after, 4-5-year layoff. Right. He's going to quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. And do I think the Seahawks will win the game? Yes. But I think that having a grizzled veteran come out of retirement, I'm not saying it's going to make your team go from brutal to brilliant or vice versa. But I think that fires up the guys in the locker room and the coaching staff and everyone in the organization. I think it fires up players in a way that Vegas odds just don't capture. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts plus 14. I just think that spread is way too far. I know Phillip Rivers is rusty, but hey, he's a veteran and he's been around forever. And I think when you've been playing in the league for that long, it's like riding a bike. I think he'll pick up right where he left off. And I think Seattle will win, but it'll be a pretty narrow margin victory. Give me the Colts plus 14.
That's gutsy.
Again,
I think he's spot on.
Yeah, he might be. I just hope Rivers can survive. Just getting hit once. It's
gonna be a good
spread swing.
Everybody is. No, I already took the case. I'm going to hit you or the cat again. Everybody is. Shedeur Sanders had a nice game for Cleveland last week, and I think everybody's excited about that. And it's a nice story to this point. 8 points is a lot. I'm a big fan of I said this earlier. When the teams that Vikings and Lions are donezo for the year, I like to pick another team. I'm not afraid to pick teams in the NFC North other than the Packers. I like the Bears. I like the way they play. Their quarterback's making some strides. Yeah. Defensively, they're a good ball club. They're very opportunistic. One bad throw by Williams. He just didn't get enough under it. They could have tied that game. They were in that game. I'm taking Chicago, and I'm going to give up the 8 points. I think the Bears at home. Well, I think the Bears obviously have more to play for than Cleveland, so I'll take the Bears and I'll give up the 8 points.
Spread swing.
Frozen tundra of Soldier Field.
An NFL spread swing, I usually don't like taking double-digit favorite teams, but it's just one of those weeks where there's a bunch of them.
You're crushing everybody, so why not?
I'm contemplating that Seattle minus 14, to be honest with you. I don't see Indianapolis getting anywhere close to the Seattle Seahawks.
Jacksonville 13.5?
Make it interesting, Tana.
But I think kind of the safest game that even if I don't earn points, I can't imagine losing a ton of points on this one. So that's the route we're going to go, given we're in first place right now.
You're taking Houston?
We're going to play a little prevent defense here. I just can't see Tennessee going to San Francisco and beating the 49ers, and I guess they could maybe make it a touchdown game and I somehow lose 4 or 5 points, but I don't imagine losing a big loss here. San Francisco also coming off a bye week. They've been pretty good ever since Brock Purdy got healthy, and they've been kind of filling out that team. They're a professional football team. I always feel like San Fran's a little bit of a challenging place to play. And even though Tennessee won last week, I expect them to revert to being back to the pumpkin that they are. So I'll take San Fran minus 12.5 in that one.
Spread swing.
And there we have it.
That's it.
That is it. Deuce, you coming home tonight? Or no, wait, you got a game tonight, right? And
No game tonight.
Oh, Friday, Saturday.
Still for me to do a game, but I'm waiting to do another one until Friday and Saturday. So I think I'm going to probably head to Woodbury. I might go to the Y and swim while I'm nursing this left heel, because if I keep running on it, I could hurt it real bad.
Yeah.
I'll probably swim and then come home to watch Thursday night football.
There you go.
How about we watch some Gilligan's Island reruns instead? What do you think?
Watch the pilot and the mind reading episode, the two best in the series back to back.
Let's do it. I'll see you tonight.
Take care, Deuce.
Yep, sounds great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, my boy. That's Deuce. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Got an hour to spend with the legendary Mark Rosen. That's next here on The Fan.